I could not tell anybody about it. I couldn't, well, that's what I told myself. It's what I've told myself over the last 20 years of having spontaneous out-of-body experiences. How could I tell anyone about it, right? It's so wild. But finally, I'm going to break my silence because I feel like it's time. I feel like I just want to be real. Like I don't want to be messing about anymore. So 22 years ago now, my brother bought me the book Journeys Out of the Body by Robert Monroe. It was the 2002 World Cup. I got up really early in the morning to watch, I think it was England versus Brazil in the quarterfinals or something. So I woke up at like 3 a.m. to watch the game, and that's when it happened. The very first time I just finishing reading Robert Monroe's book, and I had two initial reactions. One of like, oh my God, I'm experiencing what Robert Monroe experienced. Oh my God, like this is a gift. Now I've got it forever. Like maybe I can just make it happen. And then the second thing I thought was like, oh my God, I need to scientifically test this. I was devising experiments that people would do, put stuff under my bed and I'd be able to detect them. And then I woke up and that was the last time it happened to me in a few years. But no, then I'd end up having lots of spontaneous experiences. But honestly, I was like, oh my God, man. I had loads of lucid dreams from that point forward and I got really into that. But then years later, I would recognize that was an out-of-body experiences, and I would recognise it as I would have it spontaneously on lots of other occasions as well. So yeah, today I'm finally breaking my silence. I'm kind of coming out of my out-of-body closet, if you want to call it that. Yeah, and I'm going to just talk through where I am today. So yeah, like I said, like over the years, these experiences happened randomly for me. That I could not control them. I didn't know when they would come about. I didn't play with them. I didn't try to experiment with them. My brother actually, and I'll try and get him on here, he experimented with them for years. He would send me extracts of his recordings after he would have them. He knew exactly how to make them come along as well. But I didn't want to explore them. I did engineering. I was like focused on my career. I was focused on this like logical, rational way forward. That all changed last year. Two things. I heard about Robert Monroe not only being a writer and an exec business guy. I found out that he had actually worked for the CIA and he was training up the US military during the Cold War. And that, for me, almost gave it a little, like validated it a little bit. And I was like, cool, maybe this wasn't just in your imagination, maybe there's something to this. And then the second thing that happened, I think telepathy tapes also changed it for me. If anybody hasn't watched the telepathy tapes, it's quite a wild podcast by Kai Dickens, I think her name is, about non-verbal autistic kids who are able to speak telepathically. But it starts like that, but it goes into lots of other areas. And again, this got me back onto the topic of out-of-body experiences. And I just decided, you know what, I would like to try to see if I could turn it from something that happens spontaneous to something that is a little bit more intentional. And so I decided to go on the hunt to find a course or to find something online that I could follow, and maybe even a teacher, like somebody who I could speak to. And I just went through lots of different things. I actually looked at the gateway tapes initially as well. I think I was away for a weekend with my partner and I started listening to the gateway tapes, which are really interesting, but it just felt like actually the way I'd always had out-of-body experiences was slightly different. So that's when I came across Darius J. Wright, and I was like, okay, this is interesting. His approach was like, this is not some unique gift I have. I'm not some guru. Here's some, we all have this within us. Kind of follow these steps and it will happen. And he had different methods. So I really consumed that content a lot over the next sort of 3 weeks in September. And I would go to bed listening to some of the content, that kind of thing. And then one night I had the most bizarre experience I've ever had. And I finally opened my eyes during an out-of-body experience. So it was 4 a.m. on a morning or day like any other day. I was actually suffering from an ear infection that I'd got. So I woke up at 4 a.m, the pain really, and I decided to take an ibuprofen. So I took an ibuprofen and I went back to sleep, and I just like played one of these tapes or videos just to kind of fall asleep to. And as I did that, I became conscious in my dream, and I got the sort of sleep paralysis and come over me. So anybody who hasn't experienced it, it's like this vibration. It's as if you're shaking. So it's like your whole body is shaking. You can't control it. I knew from previous experiences of having it that you just have to let it go through you. And when it stops, and I'd been listening to these tapes and trying to really focus on the exit, and I felt almost like this click, and I just was really willing for it to be really, really clear, and it was becoming more clear, and I was like, oh my God, first of all, my room is exactly how it is, maybe a little bit more, a little bit more, not modern, it's the wrong word, but just newer, richer, warmer. There was a light coming through the room. Now, remember, this was 4 o'clock in the middle of like autumn, so it's dark, right? It should be dark at that time. But it was like this twilight light coming in from my window, so it was light. And then a couple of things kind of came to me. I felt scared. I felt like I needed to remember this. I needed to document this. I don't want to forget this. So I made this decision to wake up, and I decided to write all of this down, which is what I ended up doing. But it changed me, and I just decided like, whoa, okay, for the first time in my life, I've been able to see this. And since then I've had a couple of other experiences. So I had one experience where I was just like trying to exit, so turning my body to roll out of my bed, and then I'd come back, I'd wake up again, and then I'd have the sleep paralysis again, and I'd do it again, and I'd wake up and I'd sleep. So I had that like 3 or 4 times. But yeah, I've just decided like, so see this video as a bit of me acknowledging that I'm going to take this seriously moving now on. I feel like the world needs this. I feel like we need to share our experiences more, because that will help people. And with this channel, what I want to do is I want to just document it as a bit of accountability for myself. I want to document it. I want to document the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the things I've learned whilst trying to make this happen intentionally. I want to interview other people who are also having these experiences and try to share them for other people for inspiration. And I'd just love if you've got any thoughts, what you've heard from me, if you've gone through something similar, please share them below. I want to try different methods out. I want to try, the gateway tapes, obviously Darius J. Wright's stuff, the AIDA method, but I also want to try out other methods as well. So if you've got any links to any methods, please share them. And I'll also share the CI unclassified files on all of this. And I'll share a link to the book. Yeah, and all of that. All right. Anyway, thanks for listening. If you like this video, please like. And please subscribe, and I will continue to share my updates as and when they happen, hopefully every week. Thank you.